Hello and welcome to everybody on Cloud Fitness. So in today's video of Python series, I'm going to continue my tutorial on sets in Python, and this will be the last part of sets in Python. So we had few functions or few inbuilt functions that we were working on with sets and few words still remaining. So I've included them in part 3. So without any further ado, let's move on to the actual working where we are, trying to implement all the inbuilt functions, and we have opened our PyCharm as well. So if you look at over here, set01 and set02.py, so these are the Python files which we have been discussing in our past videos. So right now I'll go ahead and create a new Python file. So let's name it as set03 and enter. So I have my new set file over here. So in case you have not watched set01, set02, so basically set part 1 and set part 2 in the tutorial, I do recommend watching them as well, so that you understand what exactly is set, how do we work around with the set. And also remember to watch all the videos in series, because all of them cover each of the videos that I'm creating in this playlist, they cover a very important concept. Each of the video has a very important concept which we actually use in our day-to-day work as well. So let's move on and see how we can work with sets. So I'll copy the sets that we have used in our previous video. So these were the 3 sets that we were playing around with. So this is the sets, these are the 3 sets. The first one I have created using set constructor. The second one, and third one, we have just hard coded it in a typical set format, right? So these are the 3 sets that we have. Now, let's say we also discussed about symmetric difference in our past videos, right? We discussed about symmetric difference, and we also discussed about symmetric difference update, right? Now, let's say you want to understand what is the difference of sets, right, with each other. Now, how you can do that? Now, to do that, to get the difference, what I can say is, I can simply say set02 dot. Now, as I told you, Python is a very easy language. So and especially when you are using this editor, now you can see in the auto intelligence, we have discussed about intersection update. We have discussed about symmetric difference update. We have discussed about symmetric difference. Copy also you can use, to copy a set. We have also used add, inbuilt method. We have also used intersection. We have also used clear, difference we are going to use now. Difference update is also something that we can use right now. And similarly, discard, disjoint, is subset we are going to use in this particular video. So like that, if you keep on going down right over here, so most of them we have used pop, remove, union, update, right? And the remaining ones we are anyway going to use in this video. So this is the very helpful feature that PyCharm has. So let's use difference, right? So set2 dot difference, and what difference, right? Let's say the difference with set03, right? So this is how you can actually get the difference between the 2 sets. And let's say I assign it to variable t, and then I print that particular variable. So let me say print t. Now if I run that, you will actually see that difference of set2 with the set3. What does it give me? So it gives me all the elements which are present in set2 and which are not present in set3. So that is how you can actually use the difference function. And remember that there are always 2 things: difference update, intersection update, right? So this we have discussed in our previous video as well, right? So if you look here, symmetric difference update. So what does it do? Again, I'm going to repeat it. So this difference, whatever the value is there, right, whatever the output of this set02 difference set03 is, that is not going to change your set2 or set03. It is still going to be same. So if I say print set02, right, it will be exactly what my input set02 is. It is not going to change my input set02. But if I use, let's say if I copy this again, and instead of difference, right, I make it as difference underscore update, right, then in that case what will happen is it is going to update my set02. It is going to update my set02. Let me comment my previous lines and over here. So what this will happen, what this difference update will do, whatever will be the difference between set 02 and set 03, right, whatever will be the output of difference operation between the two sets. So what will be the output? It will get in all elements from set 02 which are not present in set 03, right, and it is going to update, difference update is going to update my set 02, right. Now if I run it, now you can see my set 2 has actually changed from this to the value of this. So this is the basically difference between difference and difference update. Now let me move ahead and copy this and comment this out and come over here to the lower lines. Now if you see over here, again I have these three sets. Now there is also something called as disjoint, right? What does this disjoint function do? So basically whenever you want to determine, right, whether your two sets have any element in common or not, in that case you go for the function called as is disjoint, right? So let me use this function is disjoint over here and show it to you. How does it work? So let me say set 02 dot is disjoint, and then let me put set 03, right, and let me just, and it returns a boolean. Okay, now let me just print the output of this. Now if I run it, you will actually see that it says that false. It tells you that set 02 is disjoint. Is it disjoint? No, it is not just disjoint, so it returned you false. So whenever you have a situation where you want to understand, right, whether two sets have any elements in common or not, in that case you have to use is disjoint, right, is disjoint method. That is when you have to use it. Now let me create another set for an example. Let's say set 05, and inside that set, right, let me put x and let me put another value, let's say L, right. When I say set 02 is disjoint with set 05, let's say, and let me simply run it over here. Now you can see it says true, right? Set 02 is disjoint with set 05, which is true because these two sets, set 02 and set 05, do not have anything in common. So yes, they are disjoint. So that is how your disjoint function work. Now similarly, you have a function called as subset to understand whether a set is a subset of another set or not. So that is called your subset. Is subset function. So for example, if I say set 02 dot is subset of set 03, right, and I can, and again it will return a boolean. Boolean means true false. So print, and let me put it inside this print function and let me simply run it. So now you will see that it says false, that set 02 is not a subset of your set 03. So that is what it essentially means. So subset is always used to identify whether one set is a subset of the other set or not, right? So this is something that will always come handy whenever you are working in Python, right? Now similarly, just like subset, you have something called as superset, right? You have something called as superset as well to understand whether, let me just go back and comment it. Similarly, you have something called as is superset. So for example, if I want to say set 02 dot is superset, if I want to understand if it is superset of set 03 or not, right, then in that case again I can use is superset inbuilt method, and I can just provide in the parameters and I will understand whether it is a superset of set 03 or not, right? Now if I say, okay, instead of this let me change x set 05, let me say A over here and let me put B, right? And then here let me put set 05. So set 2 is a superset of set 05 or not. Now if I run it, you will see it shows true. Why it showed true is it's because your set 05 had two elements A and B, right? And set 02 had more number of elements, which are essentially which is a superset of your set 0, 5. So this is how your is superset function can also work in your Python sets, right? Similarly, you have something called as frozen sets as well in Python, which are not always used, but at least you should have knowledge of what exactly a frozen set is. Now, to create a frozen set, you simply write this frozen set, and inside this frozen set you can put in your values, whatever you want to put. Let's say A, let's say B, let's say C. So I'm just giving you an example. So this becomes your frozen set, and let me put it to a variable X, and then let me say print X, right? So this is how you can always go ahead and create your frozen set. So what does this frozen set do? So this frozen set is nothing but it is a type of set which does not take any duplicates, and it is immutable. You cannot change it. So once created, it's done. You can't do anything with it. Basically, it is a frozen set, basically an unchangeable data type. You cannot change it, you cannot mutate it. So this is again a set. So if I say type of this, so it is nothing but a type of set only, right? It has all the features of set, just that you cannot change it at all, right? So that is nothing but that is called as a frozen set, which it's just that you should know about it, not that it is always used. It's not like that, but you should always know about these functions as well. So thank you so much for being till here, and I hope and I hope that you're liking this series. Do remember to share it with your friends, because these Python series are very important, whether you are a data engineer or you're a software engineer, or you're working in any domain. Essentially, in computer science, if you work in any domain, basically knowing a programming language is always helpful, right? And especially if you're a data engineer or a software engineer, then it is a must to understand at least one programming language, because with the big data you cannot escape with just learning SQL. So I hope you are liking this series, and do remember to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.